Alright guys, today we're going to talk about the Duke number 3 offset 2-coiled trap. The first thing I'd like to point out, I looked up on a couple websites that sell Duke traps. They're all listed as a 6-inch jaw spread. Must be on the outside. The inside jaw spread on this particular trap is 5 5/8. So if the 6-inch is deterring you from buying a trap because it doesn't meet your state requirements on jaw spread, usually the states require the inside jaw spread. At least my state does here in New York at 5 3/4. This one falls in 5 5/8, so it's perfectly legal to use. And that's all I have to say about the jaw spreads. I don't know why they listed as 6, but that must be from outside to outside. Today I'm going to show you how I install the Beefer spring coil set. This set costs about $3.25 to 4-coil your trap. There's one point that I'd like to make that I thought was pretty interesting that I never knew. That I know that lye and stuff like that does eat at traps. Even vinegar will eat at a trap. But this particular note that they put here is most of your Sanaflush and Drano and lye solutions remove a few thousandths of an inch of steel every time you boil them in that solution. It doesn't affect mild steel, but it affects anything that's tempered or hardened. Kind of weird, but I thought it was pretty interesting. So you have to be careful on how you clean your traps, not to use too much of a harsh chemical, because it will weaken them over time. And you know, most of these traps are built to last you for years if taken care of properly, so you don't want to be removing any metal when you're just trying to clean the oil off. So you have to be careful of that. Other than that, this trap out of the box will catch a lot of animals. It does have the side where the chain hooks up to the trap, which I am not a fan of, as you well know. It is very easy to center swivel it. You just have to pop this J off, and I'll show you that. They already have a hole at the bottom of the trap. You just put the J right back in that hole in the center, and you have yourself a center swiveling trap. So let's get to it. We're going to get in the shop, and I will show you how to install this 4-coil kit, which is not that bad. You really only need a drill and just a little hammer, and you can have yourself a very powerful trap that will hold just about any animal that's in the lower 48 states. So we're going to get to it. I'll see you when I get it set up. Alright, so here we are at the shop. We got the Duke right out of the box. The first thing we want to do is remove the side chain and move it to the middle. And you just get yourself a screwdriver. You pry up this S-hook as best you can. You got to get it pretty good pry on it. Okay, almost to where it looks like an L. Chain comes off, comes out, and then right here at the bottom they provide a hole right there. You don't have to even drill it. You just put this right back in. Move your pan out of the way, and that's it. Now you have a centered swivel trap that I got 2 camera angles going here, so I show you what the hell's going on. And that's it. Now you can attach your swivel or chain or whatever you want to do. So just for right now, I'm just going to take this out because we don't really need it right now. We're going to do the 4-coil kit. Alright, so that's that. Easy enough. Okay. You always need a vise when you work on some traps. It just makes life a lot easier. So if you don't have one, I suggest that you invest in one. They're not very expensive. You can find them at yard sales and all that. Okay, so from here, you get the trap in there. And here we have the 4-coil kit right here. Has everything you need. You're going to need a 3/16 drill bit, a pair of pliers, and a little hammer. So the first thing you want to do is, it doesn't come with a hole right here. Right here, you have to drill this hole in there, and I suggest you put it in the vise. I already started this one. You ream that out, and then to set it up, The Duke already has the trap frame is already set up for this. They sell kits for all the traps, so you just have to pick out. The kits go from 1 to 10, so you just have to read the catalog and see which one fits your particular trap. These slide on here for now temporarily, and that will give you your spot so you can drill your trap. And what that does, you just need a marker. Get her centered up right there. Just make a mark right where you want the hole to go. Okay, so if you don't have a center punch to start the hole, a little trick I learned to keep your drill bit from traveling on where you want it to be. I just kind of line things up just like that. I use a piece of tape. You know the hole's going right there, and that helps keep your drill bit from traveling. A little bit of WD never hurts. Helps the drill bit, keeps it from heating up and getting dull, especially if you have a lot of traps to do. Okay, that takes care of that. Now you just remove your tape. You always want to check the bottom because there's always going to be a burr where the drill bit comes out. You have a file handy. You just knock that off. Clean that out. Okay. Well, that's set. Now to install your springs, this piece goes back on just like that. The hole's pretty close to line up for the little screw. They give you a little tiny screw. I mean, it's like really tiny. And you know, I like to countersink it a little bit. I like to countersink this part right here so the screw sits nice and flat inside there. So we're going to pop that out. We're going to put this in the vise so we don't hurt ourselves. I'm going to get a little bit bigger bit, something like this, and we're just going to countersink that out. So now when you put the screw in there, it sits nice and flat, and it gives you a little bit extra, a couple more threads. Okay, to install the springs, trap back in the vise. Yeah. Okay. Now the long part of the spring has to go towards the trap. Left side, right side. You put them on here first. Take the screw out. Just like that. These go underneath the trap frame. And then the two posts line up. You slide them onto the posts. You don't worry about mounting the springs to the levers yet. You want to get this set first. Now your screw goes in. A regular screwdriver is all required for that. And then you take the nut right from the back. And you tighten her up. Now that, what you do right there, that ensures this from ever coming off. So that's that. Nice and tight. And give you a look from the bottom. This is what it looks like from the bottom. Just like that. Now I like to set the springs on either side of the nut so it doesn't unscrew. It actually holds it in there like a vise. So you could do it now, or you can do it after the springs are behind the levers. And the way you do that, instead of trying to use your fingers, which makes it very difficult, if you just get a handheld. You can use a tube or anything that fits over the spring itself. You just lever it all the way back and get behind the lever. That's one. You get behind the lever and then you just slide it right off. Now that right there just made that trap almost impossible to set by hand, at least for me anyways, because she really beefed it up. So we'll look at it from the bottom again. Now right here you can see that that's over the nut, which is fine, but I like to see if I can get it to go on either side of the nut, and then I know that it's going to be perfect. So just a screwdriver. Actually, 2 screwdrivers would probably work better, so you can work it over there. There you go. And she clicks right in. Now look at that, right there, perfect. Nuts there's never going to come loose. Springs are in there, they're never going to come loose. And now, just as a suggestion from the manufacturer of the foil coil kit, the 4-coil kit, you just tap these down a little bit. And that's it. Now you have a 4-coil trap, center swiveled, strong as all get out, and it's a round draw, which I believe comes through the ground faster than the square draws. That's why I like round draw traps. I mean, I had my share of Brigger's square draw. I even had the Duke #2 square draw. Was a great trap, 4-coiled offset. I'll probably do a video on that too, because that's another awesome trap. But that's going to be it for the 4-coiling kit. I mean, it's pretty simple. If you have a vise and you have a good drill bit, it's very easy to do. And I mean, I've had my 4-coil kits on these traps for years. They never fail. I've never had a spring pop off. I've never had this screw back out. If you do it like this here, I've just never had any problems whatsoever. And it will hold anything that steps in it. All right, guys, I'll bring you back into the my game room and we'll do the wrap up. All right, so that's it. That's how you 4-coil a Duke #3 offset 2-coil trap. You make it a 4-coil trap, and trust me, it's a very, very powerful trap after that. And the jaw spread meets most requirements for most states. 5 5/8 is really not that big. I mean, it has more length than width, but it definitely will work for you. So I hope this video helps anybody out that's looking for a very powerful trap for not a lot of money. Less than 20 bucks, you can get the whole thing put together, which is pretty good these days, and everybody's trying to save money. But that's going to be it, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.